All right, shalom, shalom. Give all honor, praise, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kadash. Shout out to the elder apostles, and elder bishop that we will. Salutations to the fellow Akim who labor on the apostle doctrine. And to you men, women, and children that sincerely believe, to USA Shalom. It's your brother Kadash, and now I'm back at it again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushua. Coming back with you to another lesson. So I watched the lesson from the elder GMS in Rome Line on Fire. I believe that elder's with the South Carolina camp, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, he's with this. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's with the South Carolina camp. He's the elder there, and one of the elders of the South Carolina camp. And that's a channel, GMS in Rome, Lions on Fire. And in his lesson, he was speaking about how he was talking about, meditating on the fact that, that Yahweh Shah is dealing with us, and to respect that and acknowledge that. So the title of this lesson is going to be Lock In, lock in onto this. And basically, that's what we have to focus on. That's what the elder was emphasizing in his video, that we need to focus on acknowledging the fact that Yahweh Shah is dealing with us more, right? And the more we acknowledge that, the stronger our relationship with Yahweh Shah is going to be, right? Yeah, so the stronger our relationship with Yahweh Shah is going to be. So we have to lock in. Acknowledging Yahweh Shah. That's the key. Adopting a mind, the spirit of gratitude. A mindset of being grateful. Thanking Yahweh Shah that He's dealing with us. Thanking Yahweh Shah that that He's protecting us. Thanking Yahweh Shah that He protecting our loved ones, our friends, that He is that He constantly provide for us every day, that He constantly wake us up every day. And we need to be in that mode more, speaking of myself first, because these words are being spoken through me. So we need to just get into that mode more, just being more grateful to Yahweh Shah, because I watched a video a little earlier tonight, and I watched that video, man, and I was so grateful. Because it was entertaining, it was funny, but what I took from it was that I was, thanking the Lord, because in the video it was about a YouTuber, right? He's growing his channel, and he builds. This is in New York City, of course. I live in New York, by the way, so this is in my city of New York. Not in the city that I live in, New York, because this is Babylon, in my city. But you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So basically, this is a YouTuber that's trying to grow his channel, right? So he winds up, he does a video where he's dealing with the prostitute. Now this is a part 2, because this same woman, he made a video with in part 1. Right, so this is a part 2 with the same woman. Yeah, she deals with sex work. She's a sex worker, and they did a YouTube video together. And basically, he linked up with her, and I guess they spent the day and together, and he got it recorded. And it was almost like he was trying to follow up with an update from her to see how she was doing, right, from the last time that they seen each other. So, which was not long, because it was in the span of like a week or two, because he made the first part 1 and 2 weeks ago, and then he brought the lady back on for the sex worker, same sex worker that was in part 1. He brought her back on for part 2 3 days ago. So that wasn't a long time. right? And initially he bailed her out of jail and I guess helped her out for the day, spent time for her today, helped her out, and she just grew attached to him, and she started to fall in love with him and started calling him a boyfriend and shit. Just crazy. Lady is crazy. But anyway, I watched that video, and even though it made me laugh, it was entertaining. I was just grateful to Yahweh Shema Shah for that because, I seen the point I'm trying to make is that as I'm watching the video and even up to the end, I seen how the Lord was protecting me from all these dangers that came from women, for example. Like, damn, man, that could have been me. That the Lord didn't, safeguarded me and preserved me, man. That could have been me. I could have, easily fell into a situation like that when I'm dealing with some crazy broad that's delusional and obsessed about me. You know what I mean? Like that easily could have happened to me. So I was just grateful to Yahweh Shem Shah for that protection from these crazy ass delusional women. Amongst other things, thank Yahweh Shem Shah for your health, man. If you able bodied and you still alive, still breathing without no tubes, you could walk, right? You could eat, your stomach work properly, your organs work properly. Thank you. That's another reason just to give him glory and thank and be grateful because of that alone, man. Health is wealth, as the saying goes, and a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are broke when it comes to the health department. A lot of people are broke. A lot of people are sick, man, wishing they had their health back. So to have your health is a blessing. So just adopting more of the spirit of gratitude. And just looking at more things that Yahweh Shema Shah is doing more. In your life. So the Lord, like the elder said, the Lord didn't have to deal with us. He didn't have to wake us up. He didn't have to protect us. But for him to do that, for him to wake us up and protect us and to constantly deal with us is a major, major big deal. So we can't get caught up in like our personal emotions and our feelings and forget that Yahweh Shema Shah is dealing with us, man. Or a minute or try to downplay it like that's not a big deal. That's a huge deal. Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah, right, are dealing with you brothers that know the names. Man. Believe on those names, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. He's dealing with you brothers and sisters, man. And that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal because he didn't have to. But he chose to, and that's a blessing in itself, man. A huge blessing. So I want to get a precept here. I'm just trying to think where it's at. So yeah, I'm looking for the verse. Please bear with me. Oh, here it is. Here, this is the book of First Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 18. It says, in everything give thanks, right? Again, that comes with having a gratitude, a mindset of gratitude, wanting to be grateful, having that spirit on you to want to be grateful and just acknowledge and respect the contributions that Yahweh Shema, which is a lot, by the way, that Yahweh Shema Shah doing in your life. And you could start by just, respecting and acknowledging the fact that the Lord is dealing with you, right? That you know his name, that he, and in turn, by knowing his name, he introduced himself to you by you waking, knowing his truth, by him, protecting you from evil, man. Because we don't see all of the evil that's around us. We know what's around us because we living in the valley of the shadow of death, this low state, man. Especially we're pertaining to Babylon, the Great America, man. This is a valley. This is very low, man. And just living in this world, man, where you're surrounded by evil, you can't see all the evil that we surrounded with in just one day. That's why the Lord Yahweh Shah in Matthew 6:33, loosely paraphrasing, he said, "Evil is the day sufficient thereof." So there's enough evil that we're surrounded by in just one day. So that's why Yahweh Shah made that statement. Taking things one day at a time, because it's enough to deal with just in just one day, in just 24 hours alone. You got to take one thing one day at a time when it comes to your life. Take it one day at a time. But with the evil, he said the evil is sufficient thereof. So there's enough evil in one day. So could you imagine all the evil that we're surrounded by? We're surrounded by a lot of evil, man. And the Lord is protecting us from a lot of things that we can't see or not even aware of. So that's something to even be more grateful about. That Yahweh Shema Shah is protecting us from the evil of this world, man. The evil that we're surrounded by. It says, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahweh Shah concerning you. This is what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to lock in on this, to really zone in and focus on acknowledging and respecting him more, and start by acknowledging and expecting and respecting Salakia, acknowledging and respecting his presence in your life. Because if you still in this truth, Yahweh, that's a testament showing that Yahweh Shema Shah has been present and there for you in your life. Because if the Lord ain't come through for you, you wouldn't have made it this far. So it's just so many things to be grateful for. That you got clothes on your back, that, even though you backed up on bills, they ain't cut off your service, that you're able to pay your rent or pay your bills, that's something to be grateful for. That you have home cooked meals every day, that's something to be grateful for. You may have a home cooked meal once a day or maybe a couple times a week. That's a blessing. That's a blessing, because there's so many people that don't have Yahweh Shema Shah, and you see their situation. They all fucked up, They all messed up, and they being judged, like the elder was getting into, at the high level, man. So, we should definitely be grateful too. Just to add to the list of things to be grateful for, that list of gratitude, we can add, be grateful that the Lord is extending his grace and mercy. How is he doing that? By his wisdom, because you know the scriptures in the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. So, so because you know the scriptures and you know how Yahweh Shema Shah operates, he's showing you that's in there, showing you mercy and grace. Because now you can repent. Now you can turn back from your wickedness, man, wicked ways. And this only applies to the Black, Latino, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners, all right, particularly the elect of the nation of Israel, because not all of Israel is of Israel, and majority of our people won't believe on these words that I'm speaking. They won't believe on the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, and that's okay, because we understand through the scriptures that they're not going to believe because they're not mental. They spiritually blinded. You read Romans 11:6 and 7. The 2/3 are spiritually blinded. So we don't get bent out of shape when you 2/3 don't believe or accept this gospel, right? And I'm gonna bring that out. Romans 3:3, it says, "For what if some did not believe?" So, all right, if you have unbelievers out there amongst the 2/3, which is a lot, right? That's why they 2/3, because they unbelievers. Majority of our people are unbelievers, just a bunch of 2/3, man. So if you have, these 2/3, you know, that don't believe in the scriptures, does that take away from the scriptures? God forbid, of course not. So the scriptures gonna get into it, not to add on anything to lock it, because the Lord said don't add to the word. But the scriptures gonna get into it. So this is Romans 3:3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Bashim Shah without effect? God forbid. Yea, let Yahweh Bashim Shah be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged." So the only word who matters is the word, and judgment that matters is Yahweh Bashim Shah's, right? And his word is going to stand, and his judgment is going to be absolute, and they stand. So the Lord word is gonna stand. Is gonna stand. It's gonna stand. It's gonna stand, and no amount of for lack of better words, no amount of unbelief is gonna break that. Is gonna break the power of Yahweh of Yahweh Bashim Shah's word, man, and will make it least effective. Their unbelief or unbelievers' unbelief or lack of faith doesn't affect the doesn't stop the effectiveness of Yahweh Bashim Shah. It doesn't stop his power. It doesn't. Okay, it's not stopping prophecy. It's not stopping nothing. It's not stopping nothing. It ain't stopping nothing. It's like I'm just a little tired. But yeah, it ain't stopping nothing. So that's why when you read from the Edges, the 15th chapter, the Lord tells you don't even let an unbeliever trouble you, because they're gonna be destroyed because of their lack of faith, because of them not wanting to take heed to the wisdom. They're gonna be destroyed because they despise the word. They're gonna be destroyed. So this is Second Esdras 15:1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy." So the men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord, which I believe is and it's been shown, the men of Great Millstone and their affiliates, right? They constantly bringing out prophecies, because this is what the Lord commanded us to do, and this is the time we living in. We living in the time of prophecies, where the things that the Lord said aforetime is now actually coming to pass. Continuing on, it says, so we follow the commandments of Yahweh Bashim Shah, and what he said in his word. And what did he tell us to do? He said, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy. That's what we're doing. We're bringing out the prophecy, right? A true man of the Lord is going to bring out prophecy. Continue on and rightly divide it and break it down correctly, and show how prophecy is taking place in our time. And then it says, behold, or how is it coming to pass right now? It says, behold, speakest thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So this word is faithful and true, man. The words of the Bible, with the prophecies that the Lord said aforetime, is going to happen. So no amount of unbelief or the lack thereof is gonna stop the prophecies from coming to pass. It can't. So again, don't let someone lack of faith or their inability to come into the truth, take away your peace or rattle your feathers or put you in a mess with your mind, so to speak. Because no matter how bad you may want somebody to come into the truth, it's ultimately up to Yahweh Shema Shah whether that person comes in or not. So verse 3 says, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Incredulity means disbelief. So don't let the unbelievers' lack of faith trouble you or steal your peace. Don't. What did the Lord say? He said, know that I'm Yahweh Shema Shah and be still. So you're supposed to be still, man, when these unbelievers come up and try to spew their nonsense to get you to stop believing. You supposed to know that He's a power, man, and stand and stick with that, and stand on that. Don't let what you hear from an unbeliever stop you from believing in Yahweh Shema Shah. They an unbeliever, man. They don't know nothing. They don't got no wisdom. But you do. So don't let an unbeliever's words or what you heard from them take away your peace. Verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So these unbelievers gonna die, man. Period. So don't worry, don't be troubled by the words of a dead man, so to speak. Because these unbelievers are literally dead men, dead men walking. It's just a matter of time before, because they spiritually dead, but it's a matter of time before that's manifested to an actual to the Lord actually destroys them. When they going, they spiritually dead. So you don't let that bother you. Don't let it bother you right now. In all situations, give thanks, because no matter what you go through, there's always, even in the lowest of lows, man, there's always something that you can find just to be grateful to Yahweh Shema Shah. Like for me, another thing I add to the list of gratitude is the fact that I thank Yahweh Shema Shah for just, helping me picking me up, man, from that low state, because I felt low. I was feeling shame. I was just going through it. I started to doubt myself, started to lose faith, started to forget about the mission. I just was just going through it, man. And I watched a video with the elder Remnant Saved 144 Ba, his backup channel, but what the elder did, and yep. And so like, yeah, I watched it and it picked me up, man. It picked me up and it helped me, pick me up in the spirit, and it helped me get out that rut that I was in, man. And I was just so grateful and so thankful and appreciated, because, I felt lonely too. I was feeling so lonely, man. Just wanting to seek a companion, but just, put it shortly, I was just going through it in my mind, and that watching that elders video from Remnant Say 144 Bob about the shield of faith really boosted up my spirits, and got me, out of my rut, man, and increased and it helped me, strengthen my spirit. I was weak, very weak. So I'm grateful. So yeah, don't let these unbelievers trouble you, man, because the Lord's going to destroy them at the end of the day. So, their lack of faith is really gonna be their downfall and their biggest regret, because the 2/3 gonna wish they had faith, man. They gonna wish they had faith, and they're not gonna realize on this side that it's their lack of faith, their disbelief is what the reason why they're gonna be destroyed, man. So just telling you Akim to Akwaf to lock in, be more grateful and acknowledge Yahweh Shema Shah presence more throughout your day, and more in this walk, man, because we need it. We need to, man. We need to. So that, and in doing so, by locking in and acknowledge Yahweh Shema Shah presence and their contributions in our lives, it strengthens the relationship and it draws us closer. And that's what we need, because we're coming in a time where, where shit's about to hit the fan. So you You want to make sure that your relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah is airtight, so that you know that that you're well taken care of and you're well off in that when shit hits the fan, because you got to get to a point where now you're going to need a high level of faith, man, and a high level of trust in Yahweh Shema Shah. We coming in times where it'll be fatal. It's crucial that your faith is on point. It's crucial that your faith is on a totally different level, because we coming in times where you can't afford doubt. You can't afford to second guess yourself or question yourself, right? You gotta be able to lock in and to tap into the spirit, and to know and to take heed to what the spirit tells you, because it's gonna be through the Rakar Kodash that you're gonna be guided to out of danger and preserved, man, in that day when shit hits the fan. So again, just be more grateful and thankful, right? And continue to pray and just keep moving forward. All right, so that's about it. I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna just call it a night. So with that, we give all honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem al-Shah, Ba'ashem al-Kakadash. Next time I say Shalom, lock in, focus on respecting Yahweh, Ba'ashem al-Shah's presence more and their contributions in your life, and in turn, you're going to get, the Lord will give that'll strengthen your relationship with Yahweh, Ba'ashem al-Shah, and you'll feel more of His presence and power for you, Akim, sincere Akim, Akwaf that believe. So with that, I say Shalom.